Thousands of people came to pay their respects to Deputy Jonathan Scott Pine, a man many described as a dedicated and loving father and husband who proudly put on his badge to protect the people of Orange County.
Natalie, do we know what exactly led up to the shooting?
Not at this point, and that is because the lead agency in this investigation, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, is not really saying much as to what exactly went down here. The Orange County Sheriff's Office initially handled the missing persons portion of the investigation.
Natalie has been staying on top of this story, and we
Christine?
Yes.
Christine?
Yes.
We're going to take this live. We're hearing some sirens right now.
All right, let's go vote.
And that was the second suspicious package. That was the detonation occurring just seconds ago live here on News 13. The boat was found in this area along the north shore of Lake Jessup, and Florida Fish and Wildlife officials say they actually found 2 life jackets on board the boat. They're saying no matter what the circumstances are, it's always important to wear a life jacket. We are just over a mile away from Universal Studios, and while many tourists were sound asleep at this hotel, terrifying moments occurred in the lobby between this armed robber and the overnight clerk. As the hours continued, as the wait for that verdict got longer and longer, we saw more people coming to the courthouse supporting Trayvon Martin, and we saw less people here holding signs in support of George Zimmerman.
I mean, this jury has got a lot to absorb.
You're right, and it would be interesting if, in fact, the state did call Tracy Martin to the stand because, as you mentioned, when he first was speaking with investigators just days after the shooting, really, they played that 911 call for him to listen to. Initially, he said, no, that was not his son. It was not Trayvon Martin screaming on the tape. Later on, he changed his story and said, yeah, that it was him. So we'll have to wait and see if the state calls him at all, or if the defense will call him too as a witness for their case. A look at some of this morning's other top health headlines today. Health experts now say you should introduce your baby to solid foods earlier than you might think. The man accused of killing a St. Cloud soldier in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, is being held in jail without bond. Nicholas Holbert is charged with the murder and kidnapping of Kelly Bordeaux, who went missing in April 2012. Continuing coverage in the Orlando MERS case, we've learned all healthcare workers who came in contact with a patient have now tested negative for MERS. The majority of today was spent on opening statements. The defense took several hours to address the jury compared to only about 40 minutes from the state. Both men painted 2 very different pictures about what happened the night George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin. George Zimmerman's defense says this was self-defense. The state says it's murder, and today the prosecutor chose powerful, explicit language to get his point across.
Punks. These they always get away.
Trayvon Martin's parents wiped away tears as John Guy pointed the finger at George Zimmerman, calling him a wannabe cop and vigilante. And then Zimmerman's attorney, Don West, stepped up with a bizarre start to his opening statements.
Knock, knock. Who's there? George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman, who? All right, good. You're on the jury. Nothing? That's funny.
The defense attorney apologized after a break.
No more bad jokes, I promise that. I'm convinced it was the delivery, though. I really thought that was funny. I'm sorry if I offended anyone about that.
When opening statements ended, testimony began. First up, 15-year-old Chad Joseph. His mom is the girlfriend of Trayvon Martin's father. The 2 teens were together before Trayvon died.
Did you learn at some point that day that Trayvon Martin had been killed?
Yes.
When did you learn that?
After I came home from school.
And who advised you that Trayvon Martin had been killed?
My mom and Tracy.
And something else to tell you about today is the fact that attorneys asked George Zimmerman's family as well as Trayvon Martin's family attorney to leave the courtroom. They all left, and that's because they are all witnesses in this case. Reporting here from the Seminole County Criminal Justice Center tonight, I'm Natalie Tolomeo, Bay News 9. The Little Withlacoochee River winds along parts of Sumter County. Now, residents here tell me that water will rise in a matter of only seconds, but affect families living minutes away. That's why some residents in nearby Bushnell turned to Sumter County's Emergency Operations Center for sandbags today.
Just get ready for it so when it comes, and it be ready to, so we don't have to deal with all that mess we usually deal with.
It's a pain to clean it up. Takes us days, time to scoop everything out and dry everything out, and then we got to pull all the furniture back out, let it dry out.
And just a few miles down Route 301, it's already started to flood for residents living near the Little Withlacoochee River.
When we get stuck here, I also have 2 boats. You know, you never know, right?
John Doty and his wife moved here from out of state, but the water is creeping up close to their neighbor's home, so he's taking extra precautions for the storm.
I got a generator from Home Depot, went and bought 12 gallons of water. I went up to Walmart last night and got 3 more plastic gas cans, just in case, you know.
Now, the ground in Sumter County is already super saturated with the rain we've already had, with more on the way and powerful winds. Be on the lookout for trees coming down. Officials with electric companies say these live oaks are giant. You know, they have shallow roots. They could easily come crashing down on the power lines, taking those wires down with them. Now, if that does happen near you, always assume that those down wires are active. Never touch them. Don't get too close. Contact the power company immediately, and they will go out to handle that request. Reporting from Sumter County, I'm Natalie Tolomeo, News 13.